What we're about to uncover today will totally flip your understanding of history, religion, and maybe even some of your favorite songs. You've heard the whispers, you've seen the symbol, but do you really know what the number of the beast is? 666. Could it be tied to ancient prophecies? Or maybe the biggest conspiracy ever kept under wraps? Stay with us today because this isn't just a spooky number. This is a secret code that's been hidden for centuries. From the Bible to heavy metal and even Hollywood, the number 666 is everywhere. But what if I told you it means something totally different than what you think? My name's Kayla.
My name is Zenu.
And we are Cauldron Convos. This week we were going to do a podcast originally. Well, first of all, we have the John Bonet one that I just can't get myself to finish editing or re-record. For some reason, it's really hard to structure a podcast on the dead 6-year-old. Yes, I made the joke this time, not you.
I was going to say, write dead 6-year-old in the comments section
Oh,
if you
rest in
want
peace,
John
Miss
Bonet.
John Bonet. We miss you, girl. We were going to do one this week specifically on the Zizian cult, but I didn't want to be shot by a transgender vegan person with a gun. Not that that changes anything.
But
I mean,
nothing is scarier than a liberal with a gun.
does that change anything?
Yeah. Because they're not going to kill you. They're just going to hurt you really bad.
But yes, instead of doing this Zizian cult podcast, we decided to do it on the number of the beast, 666, because one of our first loyal subscriber, shout out to you, Chris, suggested it to us. It's such a good idea because we're just on the brink of hitting 66.6K subscribers. Maybe it'll even be 66,666 subscribers, and maybe someone will be like a sixth on the way to hitting the subscribe button. They'll be like, do you have any comments before we fully dive in and educate y'all, because we have a lot of research that we did? Do you have anything to say about the number 666?
The number of the beast is an Iron Maiden song.
Yeah. Well, the
number of the beast.
It's actually funny because I think I was more scared of the number 666, but you always say it. You're
What?
always like 666. Like you just like love to say it. I don't know. Maybe you are the devil.
I think I'm the devil gypsy.
No, that was just what you
Giveaway
ate earlier because
gypsy.
you've been stinky. Your farts have been smelly. Something died inside of you. Let's talk about how did the number 666 become the symbol that we all know today? Where did it even come from? I actually had no idea where it came from. I mean, I guess it's safe to assume it would come from the Bible. If it's something paranormal-esque that has a negative connotation, usually people will just take it from the Bible and be like, yep, the Bible said not to do, witchcraft, zodiac signs, all of that good, fun stuff that we love, coffee cup reading. I don't even know if they reference it in the Bible, but you know what I mean? Like all this stuff that gets a bad rap. It's usually like, oh, the Bible in this one verse.
Have you seen the Mountain Dew lady?
No.
Who shows that like the M's in Mountain Dew are 666 in Hebrew upside down?
Oh yeah, we
I
should
love
do a video
her.
on that to promote this podcast.
I love that lady so much.
I don't even know who she is, but
She's a
shout out to you,
scared-
girly
a
pop.
scared Christian.
To truly understand the origins of the number 666, the number of the beast, some may say, we need to dive into one of the most mysterious and controversial books ever written, aka the Book of Revelation. The Book of Revelation, this one was written nearly 2,000 years ago, but it's the final book in the Christian Bible, and it's in the New Testament. It's the final one of, the Bible in general. It's apocalyptic, it's filled with visions, it's filled with symbols and prophecies. It's like the last thing that, Christians have to go off of. Everything else, they're like, okay. Now, up until this point, it's like, here, take this, and that's it. Do what you want with it. Do what you want, what you really, really want. Just don't hang out with children, you freaks. James Charles, I'm looking at you, buddy. Anyway. So it's in this cryptic book that the number 666 first appears as the infamous number of the beast. Now the Bible reads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So that is obviously translated into English. Hello everybody, I'm Kayla, I just spoke English. Hello everybody, congratulations, best podcast ever. But the oldest manuscripts of the Bible were obviously in English. The oldest manuscripts, at least of the New Testament, I don't know if the Old Testament's Hebrew, but the New Testament is in Greek. Around 2005, A fragment from something called Papyrus 115 was found in an Egyptian city. This fragmented manuscript was of the New Testament written in Greek on papyrus. And Papyrus 115 was deciphered and finally published by 2011. I did not know it would take that long, but it did. This manuscript actually gave the beast's number as 616, not 666. So they don't even know what the number is.
I think a lot of those papyruses, the reason why it takes so long for it to be deciphered is because it's in gibberish. Because a lot of them have like holes and stuff, and people have to figure out the missing holes.
Okay. Okay.
It's not actual gibberish, but it's like a puzzle.
But like, I'm sure the researchers knew for pretty certain that it said 616. No. Or do you think it could be? I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. I've never seen them dust off the papyrus and go.
Let me look up Papyrus 115. 1 second.
Well, not just Papyrus 115. Also, another manuscript of the Greek Bible called Codex Ephremi.
Have you seen what Papyrus 116?
I know, I did see that. The other manuscript of the Greek Bible, Codex Ephremi Rescriptus, many scholars also believe it says 616 in that one as well, and not 666.
Well, because it says Chi Iota Stigma.
Okay.
Which means 610 6.
Yeah.
Well, that's like the actual writing.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's not just numbers. It's not like the number got scratched out a little. It literally says like 10.
It says 610 6.
Okay. It's kind of crazy that they don't even know which number it is, and this whole time everyone's like 666. You know?
Yeah, a lot of these papyruses, though, it's just like one example of a script.
Those scholars still debate today whether it is 616 or 666. But either way, okay, let's talk about the interpretations of 666. Why did they write this in the Bible? What, I forgot his name. John?
Luke?
No, it was like one that I didn't even know wrote anything, because it was Revelations. It was like he didn't get his name, he didn't get the clout from the name, because it's called the Book of Revelations. It's not called like Poopity Scoo number 3. That's my name. So the beast number is usually interpreted one of 3 ways. First one is gematria, and that seems to be the most popular one. Gematria is a system where each letter of the alphabet is assigned a specific number. So, for example, in English, it would be A, B, C, D, E. A would be 1, B would be 2. And gematria is often used to find hidden meanings in words or phrases by adding up the value of the letters. So the first theory is using gematria to find the numbers that equate to the names of world leaders to check for a match with the scriptural number. Now hold on to the thought of gematria for now. There's a broad consensus in contemporary scholarship that the number of the beast refers to the Roman Emperor Nero. Nero was a notorious ruler whose reign was marked by cruelty, persecution, and widespread violence. He's infamous for his brutal treatment of Christians, blaming them for the Great Fire of Rome in 64 CE and using them as scapegoats for his own failings. He subjected Christians to horrible deaths, including burning them alive and even feeding them to animals in public arenas. Since the 1830s, theologians like Christian Friedrich Fritz, Franz Ferdinand Beneri, Ferdinand Hidsik, and Edward Roos pointed the number 666 to Nero, who was the first emperor to have persecuted Christians. Written in Aramaic, this can be valued at 666 using the Hebrew numerology of gematria and was used to secretly speak against the emperor. So people think that the Book of Revelations, was written and they were broadly using 666 and the number of the beast to reference this emperor that was alive and persecuting Christians at the time. So they were using it as a code word, basically.
Additionally, though, interestingly enough, Nero Caesar in the Hebrew alphabet is Enron QSR, which when interpreted numerically represents the numbers 50, 200, 6, 50, 100, 600, 200. And if you
60, 200, sorry.
What did I say?
600, 200.
60, whatever, 60, 200.
I'm only saying that because that would be
adds
above
up,
the
okay.
666. 600.
We discover that it's all wrong here. Well, damn. Yeah, that adds up to 666.
But all those numbers add up to 666, basically. And some believe that Nero, Caesar in Greek and Latin also totals 666 or 616. Depending on which letters. Some people say that certain letters can be used while others, you know what I mean? Like,
So all those goth baddies have 666 tattooed, and it should be 616.
Well, they're not. I mean, no one for sure is like, yep, definitely 616.
They're demonic curious.
Given that the Book of Revelation was likely written during the late 1st century while the Christian community was enduring persecution, it's logical to consider Nero as a primary figure of oppression. Several early Christian writers and church fathers hinted at or explicitly stated that the number 666 referred to Nero. So early Christian writers were even just...
That makes it a whole lot less scary.
Yeah, it was basically code.
Oh, it's like this emperor prick.
Yeah. And a lot of people just agree. A lot of scholars don't debate that. They're like, it's about him. So, for example, Irenaeus, against heresies, wrote that the number 666 referred to a man who would be the Antichrist and connected this number to the Emperor Nero. Hippolytus of Rome similarly made connections between Nero and the beast, and Tertullian also suggested that the number 666 was a reference to Nero's name and actions. And these people were in C200 CE, basically. Circa 200 CE.
So they thought the world was going to end 200 years after JC pieced out.
JC peace out.
Right?
There's so many letters and numbers and abbreviations here.
That's weird. That makes it less scary, honestly.
You know what's scary, though? Robert De Niro. Nero. What if Robert De Niro is Nero's second coming? He's going to kill him. In addition to this code interpretation, there's another interpretation people, use. The symbolic interpretation of the number of the beast sees the number not as a code to be broken, but more of a symbol. Because there's so many names that can actually come to 666 if you really try hard enough, and that most systems require converting names to other language or adding titles when convenient, it has been impossible to come to a consensus using the gematria interpretation. So a lot of people believe in this symbolic interpretation. 7 is a number of completeness in the Bible. We see the 7 days of creating the world, and the 7th day there's rest. It's so important. They also just have the number 7 as this complete like kind of perfect number in the Bible.
The week is 7 days.
The what?
The week.
The week. Yeah. The week.
But 6 is incomplete.
Exactly. So 7 is usually associated with the divine, and 6 is incomplete, and the 3 6s are inherently incomplete because there are 3 of them. Damn. It's like super incomplete, you know what I mean? So what's the cultural impact of 666? Now we know the origin of the number of the beast. How has it affected us through time, through history, even now, today?
I think it's pretty trendy as like a goth baddie to have 666 tattooed on your chest, like an Instagram model.
A little tramp stamp on your booty.
I've seen that, yeah.
And little piercings, little back dimple piercings.
Ew. Okay, all right. Oh. This is getting too visual.
Oh. Sorry, I don't know why I made all those noises. When I'm sick, sometimes I like making more noises just to see how it comes out.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So in modern pop culture, 666 is obviously one of the most widely recognized and notable numbers or signs, symbols of the Antichrist or the devil. It's the sum, actually, of all the numbers on a roulette wheel. I thought you would like that little fact. Ooh. So from 0 through 36, if you do 0 plus 1 plus 2, all the way up to 36, it totals 666.
It's interesting because the Aryan Brotherhood, amongst many other individuals and groups, have adopted 666.
Yeah, how's your uncle doing, by the way?
That wasn't funny.
Oh, I shouldn't talk about that. Sorry, guys.
That's not even like
you can't choose your family. We can't pick your family. Okay?
How long have you been waiting to say that
I
joke?
just thought of it.
Wow, that's good.
Wow, that's good.
I'm gonna use that, actually.
That's your uncle, too.
That's a really good way to... That caught me off guard. That was good.
Thanks.
And for the record, no, I do not have an uncle in the Aryan Brotherhood. Thank you, though.
Yeah. He's recovering.
Speaking of your uncles, in the English occultist, Aleister Crowley adopted the number of the beast, 666.
Yeah. I did see that. I didn't know... Does that mean he his name is the Beast 666, or is that a title of a book?
I'm pretty sure he has a couple books.
That's what he calls himself in the bedroom, or that's what he makes.
That's his
the
tramp stamp, the Beast 666.
Many metal bands and rock bands, like you said before with Iron Maiden, refer to the number 666. Iron Maiden's, I think it's an album and a song, The Number of the Beast. 666 can also be seen in a lot of horror movies, obviously, and even energy drinks and alcoholic drinks like
No.
666 vodka.
Well, that's the energy drink. I think is the Hebrew 666 in Monster.
Oh. Maybe Red Bull has a new flavor.
Yes.
Spicy 666.
This is something interesting. I had no idea this was even going on. They don't teach you about this stuff in the history books, kids, so you better listen to us because we'll teach you about the real deal. We'll tell you what was really going on in the 80s, kids, okay? Not what your mom and dad are going to lie to you about. But there was something called the Satanic Panic. Whoa, that sounds so good. That's like a good name, Satanic Panic.
It's a good band name.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like predictable.
Pretty gay, yeah.
Oh, you can't say things are gay anymore. It's 2025.
Well, you're gay.
Okay. So the Satanic Panic of the 1980s was a moral panic that gripped parts of American society over the fear of widespread satanic rituals, and the number 666 was a large symbol in this cultural upheaval. The 1980s were marked by rising concerns over moral decay and the erosion of traditional family values. No more churn butter at home.
I
for
just
you,
think this has
Sally.
to do with like the war on drugs and everything.
Yeah.
Everything stopped being fun in the 80s.
Counterculture. Various social changes, such as the increasing visibility of divorce, changing gender roles, and drug culture, were seen by some, and by some, I mean loony boonies, get out of here, no offense, as signs of societal collapse. Books and documentaries were claiming that there was a hidden network of satanic cults involved in ritual abuse,
You shouldn't say child abuse.
ritual abuse, child smacking them around.
Yes.
I feel like that's worse. YouTube doesn't want me to use these words, and then I end up describing with smacking
animal
kidneys.
sacrifice.
And animal sacrifice. A large element of the satanic panic of the 1980s was the belief that satanic influences were being secretly spread through subliminal messages, mostly through the number 666. So they were thinking that, like in media, in books, in all of this stuff, that their kids were being exposed to Satan, and the society was collapsing because of this, and the number 666 specifically, was used and blamed for a lot of it.
Yeah, well, in 1992, Bill Clinton actually won the presidency with the Clinton crime family, and they too partook in some satanic rituals. And I think that was part of it.
Something I meant to look up was Bohemian Grove. We did a podcast on that, and it was really good. It was one of my best videos. You guys should definitely check it out. But wanted to briefly say I wanted to see if there was any ties to 666. I didn't see anything in my 666 research, but I meant to Google Bohemian Grove 666. I'm sure it's probably
in
just
DC
BS,
you can
but
order a pizza with 666 and pepperonis on it.
But we have some crazy theories coming up that people have, even in modern times, relating to 666. So please don't leave yet. It's gonna get 666. It's gonna. I'm possessed. I'm Pazuzu. So stay. Don't leave. Thanks. And so after the 1980s, the number 666 actually became more feared and associated with evil and the devil, and not just the post-apocalyptic idea it was associated with originally in the Bible. Originally in the Bible, it was just kind of like end times, guy persecuting Christians.
Maybe Nero.
Guy is like a little code word, like, oh, that guy kind of sucks. He's like, he has anger issues. He's weird. He stinks. He's related to Robert De Niro. And but then after this 1980s satanic panic, they took the 666 a little too far here. But actually, it did the opposite for some cool cats like us. Well, I wasn't in the 80s, but some saw comedy in the fear of the number, and many people embraced the number as a symbol of rebellion or dark humor and bought merchandise or tattoos even with the number.
I feel like it's really become satirical at this point.
That's what you always would say it in a satirical way, which made me feel more comfortable with just saying it. But I don't know. Maybe that's what the devil wants us to do.
But those Catholic goodies are always like, scared of everything.
I
God's
know.
gonna smite
It's
me.
like, come on. They don't even know if it's the right number.
JC's gonna forgive you at the end of the day anyway.
Like,
you might as well.
wait till the Christians find out 616 could also be
they're gonna find
number.
some more Dead Sea Scrolls, and it's gonna be 616.
Yeah. Some of these people that fear the number, like those Christians you were just saying, there's actually a fear for the fear. Wait, what? There's a name for the fear There's a name for the fee for the number 666. It sounds like a song.
You sound like a preacher.
There's a fee for the number 666. I'm like banging my boy. I need a.
Anyway,
Oh,
it's
I need a.
hexaphobia is being
No,
scared
that's
of the number.
That's the fear of the number 6.
It's
The fear of number 666 is called hexaphobia.
It's hexaphobia.
That's a good song. We should. I'm
All
telling
right,
you.
stop touching that.
I'm telling you, we can make a viral trending song for YouTube and we can use it for this podcast too.
Yeah, and I think people have just the inherent fear of if it's in the Bible, I'm going to be scared of it because I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
And
It's like,
ignorance is bliss.
yeah, it's kind of clumped together with the fear of, well, a little less.
Maybe I've
severe,
even
but-
avoided 666 before. Like if I'm like creeped out by a number, I'll round up.
Yeah, but I guess it's kind of like Friday the 13th. People are scared of Friday the 13th, the number 13, black cats, all these little superstition things. Those are more superstitions. Those aren't really like the devil is right here lurking, knocking at your door, wanting to get a suck of that kebab.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's true, and I feel like growing up, I grew up near an office building that had the address 666, and we always used to just joke about it. And that reminds me of Mr. Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I
should
actually
say
thought you were gonna.
president.
You were talking about the Clintons before in 666. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to talk about this.
When the Reagans moved into their home in Bel Air in Los Angeles after they left the presidency, that same year it had the address 666 St. Cloud Road, and they changed it to 668 St. Cloud Road.
I wonder if you would be able to do that if you weren't the former president of the United States. If you're just able to ask for an address change, you know?
Well, speaking of an address change, in 2003, U.S. Route 666 in New Mexico was changed to Route 491. A New Mexico spokesperson stated, "The devil's out here, and we say goodbye and good riddance."
Yeah, the devil's out of here. Get out of here, devil. In November 2013, Cody Thacker, a cross-country runner at Whitley County High School, I don't know why I have to even specify all this. I don't need to give him that much credit. In Kentucky, refused to run in our Kentucky High School Athletic Association regional meet, forfeiting a chance at qualifying for the state championships when her coach drew bib number 666. Now, like, would that stop you? I would think that's. I mean, maybe it's because I have a paranormal podcast, but I'd
I
be
would
like,
use
let's
that
slay.
to taunt.
Yeah, that's such a good way to be like, "Ah, la, 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 la," and then you could scare the other people that you're
Oh my
running.
God, have you seen this lady?
Is that the girl that got the bib number?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
her-
the
she
Fox
looks like a
News
horse
story
girl, no
is
offense.
running
Love
with
you,
the
girly.
devil, and it's Fred Bear.
Oh my God.
Running with the devil, not this athlete.
Yeah. There were a ton of other, like, the most expensive building in Manhattan was sold for 17 billion or 1.7 billion. That's a huge difference. That's an astronomical. But that was 666 Park ? Madison ? One of those.
Yeah, I think regardless, 666
Fifth
throughout
Avenue.
history has been associated with the Antichrist, dictators, bad guys in general. People who are extreme, perhaps.
Yeah.
I feel like people who are edgier will just adopt this number and just run it through the dirt.
Yeah, but they'll also, like, people were, Adolf Hitler's the worst human that's ever existed, arguably. And a lot of people,
Joseph Stalin was bad too.
yeah, both of them have been wrapped with the number 666, but even people that are not nearly as bad, like Barack Obama and President Donald
I don't
Trump.
know about that. Barack Obama's pretty bad.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Oh,
Guys,
man.
if you're watching this podcast on an Obama phone, please comment that down below. That will make my day.
Okay, but here's my favorite part of this whole thing, I think. Technology and 666. The most recent conspiracy theories people have right now about the number 666 and how it relates to technology and just all these super Christian. I don't even want to call them, like, I like Christians. I don't even know what the word is. Just crazy Christians.
A crazy Christian, amen.
There's normal Christians, there's like mild Christians.
There's the
and then
difference
there's the
between
crazy.
going to church every Sunday and believing the devil is in the radio frequencies.
I'm saying people similar to the ones that are when I'm on live stream and I'm like la 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 talking to ghosts for a fun little thing and everyone's like, you will be cursed for 5 million years. You
You
are
know,
Antichrist.
I associate more with the people that think the radio frequencies are demonic.
Yeah. But according to Revelation 13, 16, 17 through 17, the beast requires all people to receive a, quote, mark on their right hand or forehead in order to buy or sell goods. Apparently, that's what people believe that verse said. Many contemporary conspiracy theorists believe that 666 represents a future technological system that will be used to control individuals and restrict their freedoms. These theories often focus on the development of surveillance technologies, microchips, biometric systems, and global digital currencies as part of a global beast system, in quotations.
Sounds like Mr.
And it's
Beast.
not, yeah, it sounds like Mr. Beast's Beast Feastables. What if he's the Nero? He's the New World's Nero.
He's the Antichrist.
That's why, oh my god, he has everyone fight for money and stuff. He feeds us expired Lunchables or whatever they're called. What were they called? Lunchleys?
RFID, radio frequency identification technology, and microchips, which are already used in a variety of applications from tracking pets to monitoring inventory systems, or even Apple Pay, for example. People think this is demonic, and some conspiracy theorists argue that in the future, humans could be implanted with these microchips, which would allow governments and corporations to track every move they make and even control their purchasing behavior. Which is true. People
Yeah.
do get microchips implanted, but I don't think anyone's controlling anything. I think this is the crossroads of ignorance and hysteria.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna actually take what I said back.
And you think a microchip in your hand is the mark of the beast? Because that's what these people think. That's what they're insinuating.
Maybe not.
That's crazy.
But maybe they're just like, oh, it's a warning. Like, I don't know. Because I have an uncle, okay, that does not have a phone, and he's been saying that it's getting harder and harder and harder. Okay, I did not need to say that 3 times. 666. Harder and harder for him to like purchase things at the store, you know, because you have to have an app, you have to order, you have to use your QR code to scan, and it's like, why do they want us to all have devices?
Your uncle needs to.
I guess they don't. Like, they literally don't. It's just for the benefit of us to make things easier. So you don't have to. So you can automate things like get text messages knowing when your pharmacy order is ready instead of having to call them or go to the physical store and then be like, dang it, my happy pills aren't ready yet. So I guess I get it. But I can see how this. I don't know.
It's like some China stuff, man.
Actually, in Chinese numerology, 666 is actually seen as a lucky number. It's like
Crap.
the one place that they're like, yay!
Yeah, and they also do this mass surveillance in China.
Oh, okay.
Social.
So that's why they're like, yay! These chips would theoretically serve as the mark of the beast, and people would be forced to accept them in order to function in society, like my uncle. Sorry, dude, you gotta get a phone. Surveillance fears. As surveillance technologies become more sophisticated, some theorists believe that a universal tracking system could be implemented under the guise of ensuring security or controlling the economy.
Please.
The use of 666 as a symbol of totalitarian surveillance systems reinforce the apocalyptic nature of the fear. Implantable chips, the idea that people will have to accept an implantable microchip, tattoo, or biometric marker to buy or sell goods is a recurring theme in conspiracy circles. Advocates of this theory often cite advances in biometric identification, such as facial recognition and fingerprint scanning, as signs that the technology for the mark of the beast is already being developed. Another aspect of this conspiracy is the rise of digital currencies like Bitcoin and central bank digital currencies. These systems, which rely on blockchain technology and centralized financial control, are sometimes viewed as part of a global financial system that can impose a one-world government.
Diarrhea coin is trading at $666, guys. Come on, everybody buy diarrhea coin.
Global currency control. Some theories suggest that 666 will be the number tied to a new global digital currency that replaces traditional currencies. These theories often speculate that the global elite, in collaboration with governments and financial institutions, will use these digital currencies to control the economy and impose draconian measures on individuals who resist the system. The one world government in 666 The idea of a new world order, a global government that would control all nations and eliminate individual sovereignty, is central to many modern conspiracy theories surrounding 666. These theories suggest that the number is a symbol of global domination, particularly by elites who wish to centralize power and control. The coming of the Antichrist is often viewed as the eventual leader of this one world government, with the number representing the totalitarian control mechanisms that will be imposed on the populace. So do we think that cuz like one world government, that reminded me of Bohemian Grove for some reason, when all of the people in power and the rich, they all like come together and lead everything. I don't know, that reminded me of Bohemian Grove for some reason. One world government. I didn't realize this was such a bad concept where people were so scared of.
I think people are scared of the Chinese primarily.
Yeah, you seem like it. I wonder if your brother's or your uncle's recovery group is accepting any new members, So, in conclusion, the number 666 has become more than just a biblical reference, clearly. It has morphed into a powerful symbol of control, manipulation, and fear of the future. Whether tied to political figures like Mr. DJ Trump, DT. Why do I always say DJ? Like his name is D. Is he a junior too?
He's a Donald John Trump, DJT.
He is a junior?
He's not a Junie. He's Donald John.
His dad's name wasn't Junie. I mean,
there's
Don,
Donald Trump Jr. There's Donald John Trump Jr.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Whether tied to political figures, advanced technologies, or the idea of a global system of surveillance and domination, the number continues to provoke intense reactions. For many, it represents an impending apocalypse, a shift toward a dark dystopian future where freedom and autonomy are lost. The fear of the number, the Antichrist, and the mark of the beast serves as a reminder of the enduring tension between personal freedom and societal control, an anxiety that continues to shape how we view modern technologies and political systems. With that, we worship the numbers.
The number of the beast.
Yeah, it's just a freaking number, guys.
I think, historically it has some width there.
I forgot to mention that people were scared of having their kids born on June 6th of 2006.
I believe it.
People were like, no, you better. There are probably people there were a ton of people. How many people are born a day?
Billions.
No, you're lying. Think I'm stupid or what?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, in case you guys needed that advice. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like it. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe because we post a bunch of paranormal videos. They're always fun, funky, and full of fear. I don't know. I just
Smell
made
you
that up.
later.
See you guys later. Bye.